He's got slack out of the chain, and he's about to go gonzo.
Alright, hello, welcome everybody. This is going to be a tutorial on pretty much just how to get your skin in game once you've made it, the process you'll go about it, and I'll try to explain the materials code so that it'll help you be able to code in any other parts that you may want to add to your skin. So first thing you'll want to do is create an unpacked folder, and in that unpacked folder you'll have a folder, name it whatever you want, name your skin something unique, and I would recommend unpacking the originals and putting it in there and just renaming it and deleting the things you don't need. That to me is the simplest way to go about doing it. So within there, in the originals folder, you'll have, all of our stuff that we've put into the originals pack. Delete everything in here except for leave an info file so you can use it for a template. The PC and the thumbnail, the game will generate that, so you don't have to worry about that right off the bat. File structuring, that's up to you. I like to keep it nice and clean, have my JBeam files in one, and then my textures in another. So once you get that unpacked and you get rid of all the files you don't need, now in our originals pack, under our skins, I have it separated into parts and skins. So the parts, if you haven't looked at it, is going to house everything that is not a body component. So like your racer backs, the body, loom visors, they're all going to be under the skin section. For me, I like to keep it organized, so I got it separated by the body type. So you can go through, get rid of everything you need, and just leave that if you want. So right here I have a skin that I made, and I said I was going to use it for this video, so I already have it made up. And then I'm using Photoshop, so it'll probably look a lot different for you. But when you export it or save it, you want to do it as a PNG, and then put whatever name you want there, and add a dot collar at the end of your naming, but before the .png. There's a reason for that, and it has to do with the in-game texture cooker. So I've already exported it. I have it and the racer back here. So what you will do, wrong thing, is you'll notice right here all these are the materials. I have them separated by the body type. Delete the ones you don't need. So this right here is a 88 GM body. So I'm going to go into here, and whenever you are working with these, rename this to whatever unique name you come up with, and just have the .materials.json. That'll help you from having conflicts with other things, and it'll help it go a little bit smoother. And I already have it brought up right here. So what you can do when you open it, as you see, there's not a bunch in this one, but you can find one, doesn't matter, that fits what you're looking for. And I'll just take my truck and I'll just copy this entire section. Now you might notice it looks different for me than what it would for you. Now I'm using Notepad++, and I've also used a keyboard shortcut, which is Alt-2, which will collapse everything, make it a little more compact so you don't have to scroll through thousands of lines of code. So I'll copy that, and I will paste it right here. Now see, when I paste it, you see how it unfolds everything. So I'll collapse all that. And this one is going to be cruise control. Now this first line right here where you see our double slashes, you don't have to do that. Whenever you're dealing with a lot of lines of code, it's a helpful thing to do because it helps differentiate from where your coding lines are. So now is whenever you kind of go through, and if you copy the whole thing like I did, you'll go through and figure out what you want and what you don't want. So on this particular truck, I have, I have the front frame plate, which I'm not going to use in this one. I got Goodyear tires, skinned. I'm not going to use them. I'm not going to use the skinned engine shield. I'm not going to use the skin for the fog lights, which is actually kind of irrelevant now. We'll use the Ford parts, and I will get rid of the trailing arms. So right now there is just two different parts, which is going to be, this one's the body, this is going to be the racer back for the 88. So to kind of break it down for you how all this works, this first section that's highlighted, that is going to be the material name of what you're skinning. So whatever the part is, whatever material is assigned to it, that is what this has to be. This second section, this is going to be what the slot is. So we're skinning 88 Chevy first paint onto the skin 88 Chevy body, and it's going to be tied to the skin. Well, right now it says Backlash 2, but it is going to be cruise control, which we will paste in there. And then you'll take and you'll copy it in these three lines. And that's really all there is for that one. Now you come down here, you got base color, metallic map, roughness map. I'm not going to really get into them too much, mostly because I found it a little bit easier in some regards just to remove them. So in your base color map right here, that is where your image texture is going to go. So we will take, paste the name of the texture file right there, which I have right here. So you'll have that name identical right here. Now as far as having a PNG or DDS, that's up to you. I would recommend, if you're going to go DDS, to pull it from the in-game made texture. That way it does whatever the game wants it and has it how it likes it, because I've had some discrepancies with saving as a DDS versus having the game do it with texture discrepancies. Make sure that your pathway, however you have your directory set up for the texture, make sure you have this set up for what that is going to be. So now we'll come down here to the Ford parts. I know it sounds weird since we're putting on a Chevy, but I utilize the same material and UV mapping. I'm pretty sure for all of them to have a racer back, and I want to say even the loom visor, but it's the same principle. The reason why this says Ford 87 F-150 parts is because that is the material assigned to the part. So even though it says Ford and you're putting on a Chevy, that's still correct because that is the material for the part. Again, it's going to have the slot going for the 88 Chevy body, and then the skin, which we're going to change to cruise control. And these three lines are identical. Just make sure that you have the information are correct. Now it does have to have the name and the map too. And then we'll do the exact same thing here with getting rid of the roughness and metallic. Same thing with the naming. make sure that matches what you have here, and then make sure that your directory matches what it should be. Then you just hit save, and in a very simple form, that is how you code in your skin. But you're not completely done yet. So this is where your materials are. One other thing you've got to do is come up here to the J-beam section and go into skins, and again I have it broken down by the body type. Now this is an 88, so you bring it up, and this is very minimal information. This is all that it has. This is just basically telling the game this is your skin and directs it to where to go to. So your global skin name, that has got to match this. So whatever you put for the skin name here has to match your global skin. So we'll do the same thing as we did before. We'll just copy that one, paste it in here. And then we'll just rename the top one. And then the global skin, the important one, make sure that matches what your skin name is right here. And it's case sensitive, I believe, so make sure you have the case sensitivity correct. And then this right here is just a name that it'll show up as in game. Now we'll just hit save on that. Now everything is coded in for it, but it's not entirely finished yet. It will show up in game, yes, but that doesn't mean it's going to be the way you want it. Now is when you go in and make it how you want it to be. So I'll fire up Beam. And let's see here. Let's go to grid map. I like it because the lighting seems to be pretty good. Get it all loaded up. And now you can say you just go through and you find a truck that you like the look of and you kind of want to copy it. Or maybe you have one that you like to tune on. So you just spawn in whatever one you want, preferably one that's the same body type, just to make it a little bit easier on you. Alright, so we got this one in. Now what you do is you go up to your configuration, go under vehicle body, and then down at the bottom here where it has paint design, you should see your skin name. We'll click that. And there it is. Now, one of the things you can do, where I got rid of the metallic and roughness maps, you can hit F11 and bring up the world editor. And within the world editor, you can adjust those things through a slider that is within the game. And you don't see a whole lot of stuff because I have it on my other monitor. But here is the material editor. If you do not see it, you can come up here to Window and come to Material Editor right here. And when you click on it, it will bring the Material Editor up for you. Alright, so when you have it up, click on your vehicle. And before you hit the drop down, click this box that says From Scene Selection. That will narrow down the amount of materials that it will display in the drop down to just what is used by what you have selected. So we'll hit that. Now this is all the materials in this drop down that is being utilized by this preset. So all you gotta do is come down, look for one that has what you put in your materials. So 88 first paint skin, 88 Chevy body, cruise control. Click on that. Now here you see your skin here. This you kind of always want to leave white unless you have particular things you're going for. Like if you mess with this, as you can see, it's going to change what the skin does. So if that's something you're into, more power to you. I always leave it as white. Now what I was talking about with the metallic map, having a slider that you can mess with. If you don't have anything assigned here, you can pull this slider, and it works if you have something there, but it's a lot more dependent upon what texture you have there. Whereas if it's like this, you got pretty good range. So you can slide this all the way down and make it pretty matte, and as you can see, it makes it really light too. But that is because down here, the roughness is all the way at 1. But you can slide that down, and you can see it's changing the reflection of it. So you can pull this up, drag this one down, and like that right there, you can see how it's kind of got a little bit like a satin finish. That's kind of how I done the materials on Star City Crusher 2. Let's see here. Kind of styling that I like. Alright, so now you could go ahead, once you get it how you want it, come up here to the top and hit the save. So it saves the material. Now if you wanted, you could go ahead and exit the game and just basically copy that information for the racerback, or you can do it in here if you can, remember the materials or the numbers that we got here. So we got 915 for the metallic. So we'll come up here. Here you can see it's got the Ford parts. We'll select that, and then we'll just move the metallic down to 915. I'll go ahead and save that just to be on the safe side. Come back here, and my roughness was 378. Come back here, adjust my roughness. And 377 will work. Save that. And then when you're done, you can hit F11. It will close the world editor. And now you can see that the racerback matches the same color tone and everything as the body. So now with those saved, let's see here. We'll just go ahead and say I liked it exactly the way it is. Just move here to save and load. Get that out of the way. Type in the name of your skin. Now this needs to be the same as your skin name. This is your preset file, but it needs to be named the same as your global skin and your skin name. So hit save on it. Now we'll quit the game. And then with that, you can back all the way to your 3.6 folder. Come down to vehicles. And then we're going to go into the leafer mod here, because that's where it's going to stick it. Now you got a bunch of stuff in here. One of them is going to be presets and thumbnails. So we will take the thumbnail and the preset. We'll cut them. Oop, too far. Now what you'll do is you go back into your folder structure for your skin. And then you will paste it right in here. So now you get your preset in there, but you're not done quite yet. Because the other thing, whenever you save your material from the world editor, go back into your 3.6 folder, vehicles, Motorsports lever, you will now see that there is a folder called truck textures, or whatever you name your texture folder. Go into there, and you'll see that there's a material file. You can open it up, and it will have everything that was in your original material file. It's just been updated with whatever the new coding is that you've adjusted. So if we come down here to, I want down right there, this one. So if we drop down the one for cruise control for the body, you'll see that underneath now it has values for the metallic factor and the roughness factor. So it's up to you how you want to do it. If you're just doing one skin, you just gotta drag and drop that. Me, I'm picky. I like to keep my stuff organized, so I will just cut that line of code from there, and I will add it to my original. That way I can keep my organization. So there was the body, and then here is the racer back. We'll cut that one and paste it there. And then we'll save that. Now this one I'm just going to close, it doesn't matter, you don't have to save it. Now you can delete this file from your vehicle section here. But before I do that, one thing to remember, if you're working with a lot of code like this, and you're cutting from here and pasting it into your original, try to keep it organized, take notice that the very last section of code, there's not a comma here. So if I was to take and copy this section of code and put it in like the middle of it, like right here for cruise control, if I'd done that, it would break the code because it doesn't have a comma there. If we look at the one above it, you see right here, it has that comma here. So always make sure that you have a comma there. Now the game doesn't put one there because it's not required, but it doesn't hurt anything to just go ahead and stick a comma right there. Alright, so now I can delete that. Now you'll go back into your mods, your unpacked, and then whatever your skin folder is called. Go into there to where you pasted your preset in the thumbnail. You will see you should have a info file that you saved. So I'm gonna copy that one just because I got a bunch in here. So now your info file also needs to be named identical to your skin file. Very important. So you name it like that. It has to have the info underscore before it for it to work. So once you rename it, open it up, and then you have all the information right here. So configuration right here, you'll put the name of your skin or the name of your truck. Description, you can put one there if you want, doesn't really matter. Body styling, basically all this stuff I don't really mess with. Now there's things that you can do to try to separate things. I kind of like the way we got it, but it depends on the type of person you are. Me personally, I prefer to have all of our custom stuff, since that's what I personally use the most. I prefer to have it at the top, and that is why when you have the replica pack installed and the originals pack, you'll notice all of our originals are listed above the replicas, but both are in alphabetical order. It's just the way it's sorted out within the game. So now that you have your PC file made and transferred to your skin pack, and you've done your info file, now you should be able to go in the game and load it up not even load it up, but just go into the vehicle selector, and it should display properly in an alphabetical order. Now you can use the replica pack for it. I will say if you do that, it will display down in the replicas as opposed to displaying with our originals. So if we go in here, let's see here, and right there it is. Double click on it, and there it spawned. Now granted, I'm not completely finished with this. I'm going to adjust the colors and everything like that, but as you can see, I got the skin in, got the racerbacks matching it, and it's a short little tutorial. Well, maybe not too short, but that's how you go about doing it. Now if you save a preset, I'm sure you've noticed, like the ones I have up here, they are at the top. They're not really, they're in alphabetical order, but not really. These ones up here are there because they have an info file. So if you think you have your pack done and it's still displaying up top, it's because you don't have an info file done up, and you got to have an info file for it to be sorted out properly. I think that might be it. I don't think there's anything else that I need to touch on. Oh, the reason I went over the materials the way I did, if there is a part that you're wanting to skin and you don't know the code for it, say that we haven't coded a particular part for it and you can't find it, you can go in to the main mod, into the common, and then go into any of these that would house what you want. Let's say you want to do a bed cover. So you open up the bed cover one. As you can see, I got the skins all through here, but this is the main one. Now you'll notice how this one just has the material. It doesn't have the skin slot or the skin name. That is because this one is the main material. That is the default material. So no matter what, this is what's going to display for it. So if you wanted to do this one and you couldn't find any code for it or anything like that, all you do is you copy this section of code, just that one. Then once you copy it, you come over here to your code for your skin, paste it in there. Now to finish this out, so it looks like the rest, you will copy from the period here to the end. Just copy that section, paste it on the first one, second one, and the third one. That's it. Because this is going to be your material, that's your skin slot, and that's your skin. So this is telling it the material that you're skinning, the body that it's going on, and the skin that it is tied to. And that works for anything, whether it's the leafer that we've done or any other vehicle in Beam. You can use that exact same method to be able to do it. Now, getting the UV mapping, understanding how things need to be painted and whatnot, that can be a different story. But that is a general idea for it. So I hope this is helpful to people. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, ask them in the Discord. Do my best to try to help you out with it. This might be one of the few. I don't know if we'll do many more. If I get ambitious, I might do an extended version, trying to cover maybe the metallic maps and roughness maps. But yeah, I hope this helps y'all. Enjoy.
Thank you for watching this tutorial. While you're here, please check out our other videos, like, share, and subscribe. This has been a presentation brought to you by Beam Motorsports, your home for everything BeamNG, Leafer, monster truck related. Y'all have a good one.